your own body. It is the autonomy for one to be the agent of their own bodies, without cohesion from the society, without cohesion from policy, without cohesion from any other legal entity where an individual has the right to make choices. And why do we talk about it in our work? This is the choice for, or the freedom for a human being or a person to make a decision about their own bodies. For example, how many children to have, when to have children, and how. This is where you see other people having children through surrogate, others having one child, and others having many children, and others not having a child at all. This is the ability where someone can make the decision based on their own personal intuition without any negative connotation around them. It's actually the freedom from external interference and cohesion, and freedom from discrimination and from violence. When I was sitting here and listening to the submissions, there was one question that was saying that the doctor is keen to understand how the patient got HIV, whether through MSM or through the heterosexual. HIV transmission is HIV transmission, regardless of the mode and the type of sex. And for us as an organization, as ARASA, bodily autonomy and integrity is at the core of our work. And we say so because this entails the biopsychosocial choices of the communities that we work with, and mainly focusing on reproductive and sexual health. It gives them the freedom to seek the kind of help without prejudice and to find it. So together here, if we understand what bodily integrity is, if we come across a person who is seeking services, we will not tell them of taboos, we will not tell them of illegal issues, but we would look at a person comprehensively, their social needs, their psychological needs, and their biological needs. And for us, bodily autonomy and integrity, they work together, or we would say they are normally used together, though yet different. And bodily integrity is the right not to have your body touched, physically or in any way. We have seen a lot of communities being subjected to what is called corrective surgery. And sometimes we have women forced to be sterilized. So if a person has to exercise, or if we have to allow the person to exercise their integrity and their autonomy, it means we have to back off and allow them to make decisions concerning their bodies. And this is embedded in the Human Rights Charter. And like any other right, the communities that we work with, the LGBTI communities, the sex workers, the people who use drugs, not drug users, they have got all the rights. They deserve all the rights like any other person, because the rights are inalienable. And they've got the right to life, right to health, right to freedom, right to, not to be discriminated, and to be free from torture and inhuman, including degrading treatment. And as an organization, we look at it from the basis. When I was sitting here, I heard that there's a lot of stigma and discrimination that people are talking about. So as a society, if we get to understand what bodily autonomy and integrity is, we start from the taboos that we set as communities, as societies. The taboos that we have put as boundaries in relation to the communities that we work with affect their access to services, affect their access to any other regular services that any other person gets. And it starts from a simple stigma and discrimination to as major as punitive laws, where we have people being incarcerated for practicing same-sex, people are in jails for what is called deliberate HIV transmission. But if we remove all those barriers and accept that we have got diversity and intersectionalities in our communities, we will be able to ensure that we eradicate HIV. Rather than incarcerating the people that are practicing same-sex, we have to understand what kind of services they require. Because sometimes we wait until the end where people who use drugs commit crimes and where they are in such psychological conditions, where the government then comes back again and spends a lot of money rehabilitating the communities. Yet if they are part and parcel of our daily work, part and parcel of our society, we will know how to engage with the people who use drugs, with the sex workers, with the LGBT communities, and understand that when they come for services, for instance, when someone wants to come and get